After kicking off the day with a 30-gram bowl of cereal for Stu and a bacon sandwich for Alice...
Nice bit of fat there. Oh. Down the hatch.
They head out for a taste of driving instructor Stu's sedentary lifestyle.
Right.
We're going to go out and experience a day in the life of Stu.
Which sees him spending all day, every day, in his car. And between lessons, it's a case of mirror, signal, muck manoeuvre as he hits the drive-through.
3 double cheeseburgers, lovely.
It's lunch on the go, Stu style, but he'll be foregoing his usual burger bonanza for some soup, a yoghurt and an apple.
Oh, very nice. Thank you.
Just an hour after breakfast, Alice is faced with eating another 1,320 calories, more than she'd usually eat in a day.
You always wonder how people manage to gain weight and not realise that they gain weight, and then when you sit down and see the quantities of it, that it becomes clear. Do you worry, like, about how, like, salty these foods are? You just think about the taste?
The only time I think about salt is if I got some of the fries and they haven't put salt on them.
And you'd put it on?
Yeah.
Stu is among the 26 million adults in the UK who eat too much salt. The recommended daily amount is 6 grams, but Stu eats more than 4 times this, putting him at risk of high blood pressure, heart disease and stroke. Just 2 hours later, they're back at the drive-thru for Alice's 3rd meal in 3 hours. Another double burger, fish burger, large fries and a milkshake. A gut-busting 1,840 calories in one sitting.
Look at it, oh my... I'm not even hungry at all. I suppose it's quite upsetting, really, because it's just like that somebody feels the need to eat so much. Oh, I can't do any more of that. It's death in a box, ooh.
If I carry on eating like that, I'll be dead in a box.
Watching someone else struggling to eat his usual daily diet is now really affecting Stu.
When I'm eating it, I don't really pay any attention to it. I'm just listening to the radio or doing anything else but actually concentrating on the food. So I don't really assess what's there, I just like that. But seeing somebody else eating it has had quite a profound effect on me, really. You know, it's pretty disgusting, to be honest, the amount that I eat.
Like Stu and Alice in our feeding clinic, a growing number of people are struggling with issues connected to their eating habits. This series, 3 women suffering with different eating disorders are taking part in a specially designed course of therapy to develop a healthier relationship with food. The course is being overseen by consultant psychiatrist Dr. Helena Fox and led by dietitian Ursula Philpot. For today's session, Ursula has asked Mina, Erin and Emma to bring along photos of when they were younger.
Today I'd like the group to reflect on their childhoods, and I'm hoping that this will remind them of a time when they had a more healthy and better relationship with food.
This photo pretty much sums me up. It's me when I'm a baby, like absolutely loving eating something chocolatey. But I just have that look of absolute ecstasy on my face that I'm having that cake. Seeing that picture of me as a baby, it made me think, oh, when you're a kid, you just don't care. You just don't care about food. You just eat what you want to eat and what you enjoy, and why can't it be like that now?
Well, I can remember always being a bit obsessive about food and always having to have the biggest slice, otherwise it was actually a disaster. Then there's me in my teens. I was constantly convinced I was enormous and had to lose weight. I look at this picture of myself at 18, and I think I look like a little pig, to be honest. I've just got a horrible fat face.
So I think you look really healthy. I think you look really pretty. You know, you can really see your face. You look so happy there.
Emma, do you want to talk us through some of your photos?
No.
No. I know this is something you're going to find quite difficult. Yeah.
Yes. Skiing holiday. I'm clearly a teenager.
It's a lovely photo. Were you normal with food then, do you think? Or?
Yeah. This was 6th form.
Yeah. Glamorous.
This is when the local paper came to take photos of me for Miss Ferndown.
I can see why you got chosen. You look amazing.
You do. You're so pretty.
And I know what the other girls were trying to say to me, but I just can't seem to hear compliments from people. I just shut it out and brush it off. I just won't take it.
For the next part of the session, Ursula is using food to once again take them back to when food wasn't a problem. She's asked them to cook and, more importantly, eat a favourite childhood treat.
I've always really enjoyed cooking, so I thought it'd be nice just to make some pancakes, because I know I used to love them so much when I was younger.
Meena has chosen a traditional Indian semolina, a dish that reminds her of growing up at home. And Emma's chosen fairy cakes.
You always tell sort of not to put your fingers in the bowls, but I always did.
People with eating disorders generally are real foodies. They love food and they like cooking, baking, but they won't allow themselves the experience of eating the food. For someone with anorexia, the worry is that they're always going to eat too much, and so they restrict the food quite severely.
No, I've never lost the interest in cooking and, you know, cooking for other people. Just I used to be able to partake in it, but now I no longer partake.
People with eating disorders really obsess about food because they are thinking about it all the time. They think about menus, recipes, cooking, preparing food, and they even get a vicarious pleasure out of watching other people eat whilst they're not eating. Yes, they love food because they're hungry, but they're absolutely terrified of their desire to eat and lose control.
For someone with bulimia, then temptation is to overeat and not be able to stop eating once you begin.
Maybe being around the cakes would be quite hard for me today, because I'll be tempted to eat them all.
Once the dishes are cooked, the group must face their anxieties about eating them head on.
When was the last time you ate something like this?
A long, long time.
Years, maybe, then?
Yeah.
Emma's anxiety about eating is so severe that, like many sufferers, she's given her disorder a separate identity, naming it Ed.
I'm just so apprehensive about it because I'm scared that Ed's going to go, oh no, what happens if you kind of like enjoy them again and like binge away and eat the whole lot? And
looking at those cakes, I would be in the mind that if I have one, I'm going to eat them all. But if I don't have any, then I'd feel better. But that's how, you know, I used to be restrictive as well. And then I ended up being bulimic and then back to anorexia binge purge. So I've never found the mid-ground and been happy with it, yeah.
I mean, if I were to eat all of that, I definitely want to go and be sick.
But despite their apprehension, all three women attempt to eat their childhood treats. Controlling their anxieties and urge to binge is something Meena and Erin share. But they both manage a sensible portion of their food, avoiding overeating and the need to purge.
The pancake was really nice. I haven't had lemon curd for a while. It was nice and sweet. Yeah, I think I could have a few pancakes every now and again.
Emma, meanwhile, struggles with her childhood favourite.
How was the cake, Emma?
yeah, it's nice, yeah. It's weighing up in my mind at the moment whether to eat it all or not.
No, that's what I was about to ask you, and I think you definitely should.
It's just, I don't justify having it. It's, you know, these good things are for other people to enjoy, not for me. Just don't deserve it.
That's terrible, because everyone here can look at you and think, look, you're a lovely girl, you're really polite, you are a really nice person, and it's a shame that you can't see that when everyone else around you can tell you. Don't shake your head and dismiss it, because, you know, we're not all wrong. You've just got a distorted perception of yourself, and you need to question it to get better.
At the moment, Emma just doesn't believe that her body deserves nourishment or nice food, and that's something she really has to work on if she wants to move forwards with this.
But despite these negative feelings, Emma manages to finish the cake.
It's nice, I'm enjoying it, and yeah, Emma wants to finish it and have it all, and I will do.
Good.
More of it.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised, go to our website, channel4.com/Supersize v Superskinny. Next week, we tackle the girls' low self-esteem with a revealing shopping trip.
I just don't like the arms. I need a great big jumper.
And Erin reaches a major crossroads in her road to recovery.
I just think it's made me realise how bad I really am.
It's day 4 at the feeding clinic for Supersize cheeseaholic Stu.
How would you survive on this little amount of food?
And super skinny portion controller Alice.
So since eating this, all I want to do is sleep.